Hello everybody, it's Matt from Investor Trade. It is Sunday evening in England, 20th of September 2020. I'm just going to run through the DAX and we can look at how we're going to approach this the week coming. One thing that you'll notice, I've updated my MetaTrader, so top left, something really useful is just to remind yourself what we're looking at. So we want to look at where there's support and resistance zones. Where's the trend, so we can use moving averages to help where the price is above or below moving average 9 on the hourly 1. We need to check different time scales. So obviously we always start with the higher time scale and then work down. We look for any divergences in price and the indicators, and obviously that helps us to build a picture. So what I've done here is I've zoomed right out. I've gone on to the daily, so all the way across here. Top left, we're looking at 26th of January 2018. Okay. So despite everything that's happened in the last 2 years, well, over that now, two and 3/4 years, prices pretty much where it was. So we were right at those levels. That was the all-time high, and then we had a big sell-off, came all the way down to sort of 10. That was December 2018. Obviously, price came all the way back up, made a new all-time high. What's that? The 20th of Feb. So 2002, 2020. Bang, sold back down. So what I've done is I've got, obviously this works beautifully. These trend lines, literally during these 2 points, we got that level, which obviously it bounced from. So using the same point here, we had this. It was the uptrend which drove that rally. So after the all-time high sell-off, this trend line drove it. So it's an important trend line. I've extended that up here. And you will see that at the moment, if you just ignore that grey box and just concentrate on these prices, that is kind of holding us back at the moment. It came into the trend line, which was also this area of previous support. So I'll just highlight this here for you. Okay, sold. Came up, grind up, came back down, sold. It's really fighting these two trend lines, so they're really worth keeping an eye on. Where we're looking at the moment is obviously, I still feel we need to come up here. I feel this is a really important zone. So again, look at that black line here. Price came above, second attempt and sold off. So it's come all the way back down now. It seems odd that it wouldn't attempt to go back up there. So we do have some interesting timings. If you look, and if you were to say that we feel it could test these two black lines and 2 red lines, you're kind of looking last week of September, which we're approaching now, and the first week of October. So there's a bit of chop, but at the moment you've clearly had a V-shaped recovery, and now we're heading into the areas of resistance. So on the daily time frame, okay, on the daily time frame, we need to just remember that, you know, we've had a huge move up, came all the way down DAX from just under 8,000 and, you know, 13,500. So we're all the way coming into lots of resistance. So that's on the daily, that's on the big swing. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in now for you so you can start seeing where we're at on the hourly 4. Okay, so these are the red lines that we were just looking at. Okay, so you just need to keep those in mind. On the smaller time frame again, so coming in hourly 4, again we've got this supporting trend line. At the moment we've got the low there, then we've got the high, low, high, low, high. This low still above this low. So price has been going up. You can see since 11 days ago, it's been in this chop zone, which is consolidation, and it does allow the indicators to cool off. As we start zooming in now, we're going to say, right, well, why has price come back down? Okay, so there was an awful lot of congestion between these areas, which is 12,900 to 13,200. So really, over the last couple of weeks, it's been in the 300 pip range, because once it's broken above that range, well, even if you go back further to 30th of July, when it's come out of this range, it's then come all the way back up. So we want to see where are we, because again, we're looking at probabilities. If I put a big area here, then you can see this is really the kind of range we're looking at, but it's being supported by a rising up channel within the range. Prices above the moving average 200, which is the black. So if we say came above, sold off. Okay, now this generally, when you have a range, when you have breakouts or false breakouts, This could be called an overshoot and then an undershoot, depending on which way the price enters that range. So some of the positive signs we've got obviously rising trend line within the range, prices above moving 200 average, but we have to be cautious because on Friday, Wednesday it came below, Thursday goes up, and then Friday it drops back below. Okay, so I just want to show you this. Where could it be? I'm just going to remove the pink box, make it easier. On Friday, price obviously came to on the cash level. The day before, it already made a new low. Okay, so Friday held the cash level. So cash levels are in this blue box. I'll just zoom into so it's clearer. Actually, let me put it on the hourly one. So can you see this? This was a low Friday, but Thursday's low cash open was actually a lower price. Okay, so we've come up and then we've come back down. So it's quite a nice strong move. You know, it gapped down overnight and then we bounced all the way back up. And then the next day went up, bounced. So actually the sell-off really happened after hours, the big moves on DAX. Okay, so where was it going? Where did this level bounce off? And this could give us a clue to the next move. So if I have a look here, so the cash price, okay, we were looking probably this level. So we had a big sell, shorts come up, sell back down, back up, sell it back down. So then when price did come back up, they're probably saying, right, well, we want to short again. So in the cash price, they shorted, left a gap because then on this day, the price went up and there was no consolidation around there. So it does give you a bit of a clue that futures didn't really get to that level. One of the levels I want to look at is well, firstly on the cash here, this red candle. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to put a price next to it. This level here, 13.010 cash. Okay. There's a futures level I was looking at, and it's not guaranteed, but this is it could be anywhere in this range. Okay. I do think potentially that this gap, where is it? Maybe this one, cash actually could be there. 12.962. Okay, that could be one. There's an interesting Elliott wave count potentially because you've got a 1 and a 2. This could be a 3. This could be a 4. This could be a 5, and then it's kind of like an A, B, C down. So we want to have a look at areas of interest. These kind of areas down there, okay, because futures already made a new low. It's a good chance that cash will also make a new low. Okay, so if it comes down, I've marked those two levels. It would also time with the rising trend line. Anywhere really then, sort of 1360 to, if we can get down there, 1307. Just have a look at some of the underlying indicators. So again, you'll see on my charts, I've played around now to add these signs in just as a reminder. And you could obviously do the same should you wish. At the moment, normally whenever you get a move down before there's a reversal, there's some divergence. Okay. What I would say is, if I put the horizontal across this low, just watching this final move, there's no real divergence. So this has made a higher high compared to here, or higher low compared to there. But so is price. So what we really want is to see for a sign of reversal, market's going to go up. If price comes down here, okay, ideally you want to see a bounce there, because we've got some really low RSI levels. But in order to see that, you want price to come down, but actually this RSI level to hold. Okay, so that's one of the entries I'm going to be looking for. So when we get that move there, we're going to say, right, okay, we're keen. I'm also looking again. We love this indicator. Ignore the green at the moment. That is color Osmo indicator, but this is a new computer, so I'm still setting it up. Some key observations which we always trade will be the divergence. So again, every time you get this, like an elastic band analogy, it's stretched away from it, you get a massive move up. So look on the chart here, big gap between the green and the RSI. It then subsequently bang went all the way up. So we're talking a move of 12,780. Well, actually went to there. So 600 pip move. We always see that. When there's an overshoot. Even on must be Thursday. This gap. So it gapped down 13,120, 32.60. So another 145 pips. Again, we've got this here. I don't think we've got the right divergence on RSI, so I would love a gap down over the weekend. I'd love that gap down to be supported by this area, also rising trend line, and then we get the divergence, and then off we go. So that's kind of where we're looking at on DAX. I hope that makes sense. I really want to see, if I go back out to the day, I want to see this area tested. I really do think it needs to do that. There is an argument that there is a gap all the way up here at 13,500. So let's see how that plays out. We have to remember, okay, if we are looking at longs, then we are counter trending, because, well, not counter trending, but we're entering an area where there is the potential for a reversal. When you've had this big move, if you want to swing long, then really you want a retracement of this whole move, because it's pretty much gone in a straight line up. It went straight line down, straight line up. So if anything, you want to get back up to these, there's an argument whether we get a triple top there. We've got the convergence of this, what was support, with the autumn high resistances. When those two converge, which is between 13,500, again, the possible gap, and the all-time high peak of 13,800, there is a real chance that you could see, there's a big argument there that you could see a drop in prices. Then you obviously then want to look to swing long. So I'm not saying to swing long if you are getting long at these levels. Use the indicators as always. I'm just going to zoom in because we didn't look at the RSI on hourly 4. So let's see where we're looking again. There's an argument, if we get one more low, then we're tying again in this area. It's funny how it all lines up, but you've got moving average 200. There is appearing, okay, there's a big move here, okay, on the RSI, but we don't have the divergence, so you need to wait for the divergence for the true signal. So what we really want is that drop down, and then off we go. So that's where we're looking at DAX. Those levels, if we are lucky enough to get them, sort of 12,9, 40, 13,010, lots of reasons why, with a rising trend line, moving average, the gap. If we can get the divergence, that'll be the final signal. We'll then look at the lower time frame, see any volume jumping in, and we'll look at minute 5. So that is DAX. Again, with this chart setup, feel free to add your own notes on your own templates, just to remind you, whether it's risk, appetite, psychology, having the notes in front of you really help. So yeah, good luck with the trading week on DAX. There's definitely some opportunities going to present themselves. So if you do like this, please subscribe to our YouTube video, like and share. And obviously feel free to learn how to do this yourself, so you can tie it in with your own risk assessments, your account size, and whether it's long term, short term. Go to www.investor.co.uk and you can get all these packs on there, and then we'll build up a trading plan for you. So enjoy the rest of your weekend.